As cruise lines continue to embark on the rough journey to resuming normal operations, unfortunately, challenges continue to present themselves. Today we have updates from the happiest cruise line on Earth, Disney, Royal Caribbean, and MSC. Let's go!
Let's go!
Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Jay and welcome to The Ship Life, the most diverse YouTube channel in the entire world on cruising. If you want your cruise fix, well, you're in luck. You've come to the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I post my videos. So could you imagine a Disney cruise without any kids? Personally, I couldn't. But it looks like that may actually become a reality, as this past Friday, Disney announced that they will only be allowing vaccinated passengers to sail on board a 14-day sailing on board the Disney Wonder that will be sailing through the Panama Canal out of San Diego this November. So just so we're all on the same page here, unless things happen to change and quick, at this point in time within the United States, the only people that are allowed to get vaccinated are people that are 12 and up. Unfortunately, 11 and below are not eligible for vaccination, which means, according to Disney on board the Disney Wonder, they can't sail. Now, even though Disney did recently put out this statement announcing their change in protocols on board the Disney Wonder, they didn't exactly specify as to why. However, if you look at the details of this sailing, it's not exactly a normal sailing. Keep in mind, it's a 14-day sailing out of San Diego through the Panama Canal, so it's a longer cruise than normal. It will include more sea days, and sailing through the Panama Canal, they won't exactly be near any major cruise ports. So if you look at this, you can actually see where the risk factor is. Should something happen on board, like an outbreak or any other type of emergency, well, they'll need to get back to land quickly. By the way, just so we're clear, this recent protocol change by Disney only applies to the Disney Wonder when it comes to this 14-day sailing. It does not apply to any of the vessels or sailings you might have. So for example, if you've got a sailing in the not so distant future on another Disney cruise ship, 12 and up must be completely vaccinated. Anybody 11 and below must take 2 PCR tests right now, one prior to getting to the cruise ship and one prior to boarding. However, keep in mind these things are subject to change, as we've seen throughout this entire pandemic. Remember, if you were vaccinated, all you needed was the vaccine. Now you need to be vaccinated, but also along with that, with some cruise lines, you also need an antigen test to go along with that. Moving on, reports are now surfacing of positive cases on board an MSC ship and a Royal Caribbean ship. Specifically, we're talking about the MSC Virtuosa, which did prompt a lot of angry guests to resort to Twitter in order to kind of vent out their frustration, which I will show you. And then also when it comes to Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas, they apparently had to be rushed back from Coco Cay over to Fort Lauderdale, which I also have video proof of. So MSC's newest ship, the Virtuosa, has been operating out of the UK since March 20th, and last week apparently there were some passengers on board that fell ill. After they got off the ship, they ended up testing positive for COVID. Now you have a lot of guests that are very frustrated because they believe it's all due to MSC's lack in protocols on board. Now on board the MSC Virtuosa, there is testing available. However, it comes at a price of £100 or in USD about $137. Now this is an option for people on board the ship, so a lot of people apparently are opting out because they don't want to spend the money, which I could see very possibly actually being a reality. Now also the guests are saying that on board masking isn't exactly being enforced, neither is social distancing, and the ships are a little bit overcrowded, a lot more people on board than they expected to be. Now of course you don't have to take my word for this because I was not on board the MSC Virtuosa. However, I do have proof here, at least in the form of Twitter posts. I do personally have a little bit of a problem with MSC, seeing as I just sailed on board the MSC Meraviglia just a couple days ago, and I saw a lot of problems which I'll be talking about in a later video. But if you can see on these Twitter posts here, there are people saying that they were worried while they were on board, the social distancing isn't being followed, and there was a bunch of other posts. I'll keep putting them up here, but my point to this is, yes, I do believe everybody's going to have their opinion. This could just be like a bad batch and people are just complaining just to complain, because that is a possibility. However, these are a lot of posts, and I don't think these people are just saying this for no reason. However, of course, during this pandemic, we know there's the political side, and then there's also the fact that people are going to feel some kind of way no matter what happens on board any of these ships. For all we know, MSC could be doing the right thing on some of these ships, but I do know from personal experience there was a little bit of a problem on board the MSC Meraviglia, so to say something could be going on the Virtuosa, I don't know personally, but it is a possibility. Now, like I said, I was just on board the MSC Meraviglia just a few short days ago, and I did have my share of problems. I don't want to be biased, especially in this video. However, in about a week or so, I will make a video. I got all the receipts, meaning I got pictures and proof of things that I didn't like on board the ship. However, I did enjoy my cruise, so just keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, let's move on. So apparently this past Sunday, Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas had to abruptly leave their private island over in the Bahamas, Perfect Day of Coco Cay, due to an emergency. Now apparently the captain made an announcement. He didn't specify exactly what was going on. However, he did say there was an emergency and they had to hurry up and get back over to their home port over in Fort Lauderdale. Now after Odyssey of the Seas raced back to Fort Lauderdale and arrived, medical personnel did board the ship and have to escort a passenger off. Now I don't know the full details of this because full transparency, here's the video right here, but I don't have all the details. This apparently came, just kind of full transparency for you guys, this came from a passenger that was apparently on board this ship and sent it over to me. Now I was also able to gather a quick announcement for the captain, which was kind of vague. I don't want to put it out here because, you know, I don't know exactly what's going on. It's just a very quick clip. But just so you guys know, this apparently did happen, and I just hope that the passenger that had to be disembarked early in the event of an emergency, that they're doing okay, and hopefully there's no other cases on board. Anywho, we're going to keep this episode short and sweet. I do have to finish packing. If everything goes well, I am going to be flying over to Europe tomorrow morning, given that my COVID test comes back in time. I'm always just a little paranoid about that. They usually say 24 hours, but oh man. Anyway guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Has anybody had any problems with MSC in the past? Just, I'm curious. I am going to make videos on this, but yeah, anyway, just let me know. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, if you guys want to book a cruise without all the hassle, make sure you check out our travel partner with our YouTube channel, Kimberly Sunset by the Sea. She'll take care of you and make sure that your vacation happens without any crazy things going on. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Take it easy.